food has a huge impact in your productivity. And for the past 5 years, I perfected my health to perform at my best in my business. In today's video, I'll tell you all my knowledge on how you can be as productive as possible so you can work 14, 16 hours per day, as productive as you can get. In today's world, food addiction is a real thing, and people start eating junk food and eating out just to save time or just because it's delicious and tastes good instead of cooking at home. And I get it. I was that guy as well. I was eating out, I was eating junk food, and then I realized that my energy and my focus wasn't that great while I was eating junk food. In the days that I ate junk food, I saw that I stopped working at 6 p.m., 5 p.m. just because I couldn't get the energy that I needed to work in my business. I couldn't get the productivity as I wanted so I could grow my business. So I start to think, I start to study the effects on foods in our system, in our body and in our mind. And there are a relation between junk food and processed foods and your health and your performance. So I did an experiment. I started to cut all the processed foods, all the seed oils, all the junk food, and I was eating only whole foods for 90 days. And I saw that I could be work until 4, 5 a.m. while having as much energy as possible. Literally, one day I wake up at 8 a.m. and I worked until 5 a.m. the next day, coding a SaaS business that I had 3 years ago. I won't recommend you to do this, and there are a lot of side effects if you do this, but just to show you that if you dial in your diet, you will have a lot of benefits in your business. And why is that? Because there's a thing called insulin in your body. And if you eat processed foods, especially sugars, you will spike your insulin. And insulin is responsible to grab the food that you ate and then transfer to the cells and regulates sugar in your blood. So if you spike your insulin, the insulin will grab all the food, will grab all the blood sugar, and then will give to the cells. And you will use it. And you will feel more energized than ever. But then you won't have any sugar in your blood, or a little. You will have low levels of sugar in your blood after 1 hour or 2 hours. And in that situation, you will decrease your energy and you will start feeling tired because you won't have sugar in your blood due to the insulin spike that grabbed all the sugar to the cells. That is why if you eat junk food, sugars and processed foods, you will feel tired after 2 to 3 hours. You will feel like not working at all and just unmotivated. So you just need to cut all the processed foods. It's not even that hard to cut processed foods. And you can indeed have tasty foods and tasty meals at home. The strategy that I came across and I perfected over the past years is to have 3 sources of food. 1 is animal-based proteins or vegetarian-based proteins. 2 is healthy fats. And 3 is a complex carb source. So to structure a meal, let's make an example. Let's say that you want to have lunch. So you will go to the fridge, you will pick a protein, let's say a steak. Then you will grab a healthy fat to cook the steak. Let's say tallow, olive oil or natural butter. And you cook the steak with that. Only those 2 things is enough for the meal for itself. And I usually have just those 2 things. But then you can also add the 3rd source, which is the complex carb. And that is any vegetable at all. broccoli, carrots, spinach, onions, all the benefits that you think about and what you enjoy, you can eat it. And also fruits. Yes, fruits, most people think that fruits are sugars, but it has fiber, so it will regulate your insulin, so it's not that bad. So that's it for meals, and I do this every single meal for the day. When I wake up, I have a cow milk with coffee and some fruit, so protein, healthy fats and complex carbs. For lunch, I have animal-based protein, usually red meat or chicken, cooked with tallow, and then I have cucumber or any other vegetable. And I finish it with a coffee and maybe some fruit. So again, the three sources that I mentioned. After I work, I have my workout. So for pre-workout, I have Greek yogurt with some oat cereals and some peanut butter. Again, healthy fats, protein and complex carbs. And finally, at dinner, I have the same thing as my lunch. I have animal-based protein, I have a healthy fat and a complex carb. And this way, you will see that you will have the best energy, you will have a sustainable energy throughout the day, not spike of energy. For you to be as productive as possible, you also need to have a productivity protocol. So first implement the diet system that I talked. Now how you can be as productive as possible so you can work as many hours as possible. And I will tell you my personal routine every single day so you can see the spectrum of my productivity system. So I usually wake up at 8 a.m. I do my breakfast and I go straight to work. And I work from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Then at 12 p.m. I have a break for lunch. Then at 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. I work again. At 5 p.m. I have a break for my workout. At 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. I have work again. Then at 9 p.m. I will have my dinner. And sometimes at 9:30 or 10 p.m. I work until midnight. Sometimes it depends if I need to do more work for the day or if I have more free time. But that depends on the day. And how you can structure as well this plan. You shouldn't work 4 hours straight every single time. You need to structure a technique which is the Pomodoro technique. In every hour that you work, let's say from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., each hour of your work, you will do the Pomodoro technique. So you will work for 50 minutes, then you will have a break of 10 minutes. You will work for 50 minutes and then have a break of 10 minutes. Again, 50 minutes, 10 minutes, 50 minutes, 10 minutes. And then you have a big break and then you start working again, 50 minutes, 10 minutes, 50 minutes, 10 minutes, 50 minutes, 10 minutes, have a break and do it again. And this is how I structure my work. It's really simple and it works because there's a study showing that our brain can only focus for 45 to 60 minutes. And after that, the focus will gradually decrease. So the technique that will always have 100% of your focus is to work for 50 minutes, then recover for 10 minutes and repeat it over and over again. And combining the diet system with this productivity system will bring you a lot of improvements in your business. And believe me, you will outwork everyone and you will be as productive as you could be. So start implementing this and see the results for yourself.